Kind of hard for the speedo cable to work when there's no speedo cable. Oops. That would explain why the gauge is not working. All right, YouTubers, welcome back. My name's Dave. Like it has been since 1979.
No shit, Sherlock.
And you found do it yourself, do it right. And well, I'd have my Honda hat on, but it's a little too cold for that. I'm going with the old knit hat today. As you can see, Honda is back on the rack. I got some parts in for it. I'm gonna show you what I missed when I was putting this thing whole back together. And I'm gonna do some tuning. Yeah, tune the carburetors in a garage with the door closed and the heater going because it's like negative 9,000 degrees outside right now. So let's get into it. All right, so my plan for today is fix what I miss, put the battery back in it because I took the battery out because it was cold and it's a brand new battery and I didn't want the cold weather to ruin the brand new battery. So put the battery back in it, take the tank off from it, hook up my carb sync kit, and I'm gonna go over some carb syncing. What did I miss? Well, you guys remember back in one of the older videos, I said, you know, you got to really look at the carburetors because if somebody else had the carburetors, you never know what they messed and what they missed and what they messed up and how things were put together wrong. Yeah, well, I missed something. Not really that I put it together wrong, it's just that it's missing parts. And by the missing parts, I'm talking about this little cap. There's supposed to be a cap right in here. Usually, it's a brass cap, and what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to seal up that throttle. I guess that's a throttle linkage. This basically runs all the way through the carburetor with the throttle, you know, the throttle valve in there. And if I pull the throttle, I don't know if you can see it moving, but it moves. And well, that's a vacuum link. And then I was like, well, it's missing on that side. Let's check this side. And lo and behold, it's also missing on this side. So, you know, my friends, and I call them my friends because I order for them a lot. I don't really know them personally, but my friends at Old Common Motors, they have the parts that I need most of the time. And in this case, they had the parts that I needed. And you know, basically it's just a cap and it goes in there. And the way I'm going to do it is well, I'm going to get a socket with an extension the same size as this little cap, and then I'm just going to tap it in really lightly, really, you know, ever so slightly, just a little tap tap, little tippy tap tap, so these caps go in and seal up that that leak. It's kind of amazing that the bike ran as well as it did with these missing. Oh, this is a 5/16 socket with a little extension. And what I'm going to do is, there's no constructions with these, so I'm assuming that this cupped side, if you guys can see it, see how it's cupped out. I'm going to put that on the inside because why else would it be cupped if it didn't allow for that to spin? So basically just take this, put it up in there, try to get it as, drop it 15 times probably, try to get it as straight as possible. I probably should put some kind of silicone around it, but you know, I was reading people weren't putting silicone on it, so I'm hoping just the pressure fit will seal it up. Okay, well, it looks like the one side went in a little bit. There we go. Now it's a little bit straighter. Kind of got to get it tapped in straight. I wish I had my little ball peen hammer from work. It's in there. Pretty straight. Throttle still works. Tap it harder, a little faster. Little on that edge, little here. Little there. Looks good, last long time, as they say. Well, I guess we're only gonna know when we fire it up if it runs better or runs the same. I mean, I don't know. I mean, a lot of people said that their bike ran like poop when those things were missing. This thing ran pretty well. If any of you guys are looking for a CB360, this one will be for sale. You know, hit me up, comment block below, send me an email, DIYDave@gmail.com if you're interested. It's, well, I mean, you've seen the process. You've seen where the bike was and where it's going and how it was and where it's been, and it's got a title. It's the reason why I built it. All right, tank off. I'm gonna put the battery in before I hook up the my sync kit. Thing's right in the way. I probably should drop this thing down because I am a little bit vertically challenged. Oh, I got something to go with that too. Where did you go? Scanning, 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 scanning parts. Still scan. Oh, here it is. You know, every vehicle needs, you know, a pigtail so you can hook up your trickle charger. Now, let's reconfigure. Reconfiguring. Send it to the engineer. We're gonna go through this hole. Is that gonna be long enough?
That's what she said.
We got the black one and the red one. And that will go there, and it's not gonna go into the tire. At least I hope it doesn't. That'll be fine there. We're gonna zip it tie. We'll zip tie it in with the wiring here. It'll be fine. Trust me.
I'm a doctor, not a mechanic. I'm a doctor, not an escalator. Spock, give me a hand. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. I'm a doctor, not a coal miner. Keep saying it. Are you a doctor, aren't you? I don't know.
The reason why I'm out here freezing my niblets off, well, it's because it's supposed to be nice this weekend. And I want to get some test rides in on this old bad girl. Oh, now we're cooking with sparkage. Okay. It's been a while since I worked on this bike. Oh, lights work. All right, that's good. All right, blinkers working. Blinkers working. I've been working on the old Suzuki over there. If you guys haven't caught any of those videos, go ahead and check some of them out. Let's hit the start button, see if she'll turn over. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go ahead and move this out of the way. I don't like that tank sitting there. Let's set it on the hood of the expensive old car. Seems like a good idea. All right, let's hook up some gasoline It's hanging right here. Oh, we don't got much gasoline up there. Get in your hole. Get in your home. You don't want to get in your home. Me and fuel tubing, we just don't get along. You know, Derek from Vice Grip Garage, he never has brakes, and I never have the proper fuel tubing. Now that I jam the fuel tubing on, let's go ahead and turn it on. We're gonna turn on a little bit, just a little bit. Make sure these carburetors aren't gonna leak. Make sure it's not leaking over here where I jam this tube. All right, still doing it, you know, still not leaking. That's good, that's good. It's all right. Ooh, left the key on, that's awesome. Let's give her some choke. See what she does. All right, lights, camera, action. Let's try that again. There we go. She's cold. It's probably been over a month and a half since I started it last. And it shows. Oh, well, we got fuel leakage. We got fuel leakage. Come on now. You son of a gun. All right, now we got gasoline dripping all over the floor. Still got a little bit of an exhaust leak. Can't really do much about that right now. Still sounds good. Let's go ahead and turn it off. Whoo-wee, it's already smoky in here. Oh, yeah, fixation. I'm gonna go over this carb sync kit real quick with you. I've done it in a past video, kind of skimmed over it a little bit, but this is my kit. I got a 4-gauge one because, you know, I did have a 550 and you have 4 carburetors, so this is the kit. It comes with the tubing. It comes with the well, that's the one I need. It comes with all the little you know, the pieces you screw into the carburetor. And basically on this one, you have to take this screw out, this one here. There's one on the other side of the bike. You take that out, you screw this in, like that, so it's hanging out, like so. You hook up the hose to one of the gauges. You hook up the other one, it's gonna be over here, to one of the other gauges. You start the bike and you run it, and then you got to sit there and adjust it. And the way you adjust it is you got to have this fun little screwdriver with a nut on the end, this little tool right here. And the reason why I had to take the tank off is, well, because you got to take this screwdriver, put it through that hole down into here, and you have to connect it. Oh, do I have a, oh, maybe I have one over here. Oh, you might be in luck. Yes, I do. You run this screwdriver down through the hole to this little guy right here. This adjustment right here. And what happens is the socket goes over the nut. You take the flat tip part that's in here and you adjust it. So you gotta use this wrench to break the nut loose, and then you use the flat tip part to adjust it. And what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the carburetors to suck at the same rate.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
That's basically carb sinking. And I'll show it to you once I get all this stuff hooked up. All right, so I'm gonna have to do this rather quickly for a couple of reasons. One, I'm almost out of gas. Two, I don't want to die of asphyxiation while this thing is running. Three, it's cold as all get out in here because now I got the windows open. But one thing you should know is if you get one of these kits, you might have to shave down these nipples. And the reason for it is, well, because they don't screw in there. You're going to have to taper it like I did. Probably should have showed you that earlier, but I didn't. I already got my wrench in here. Got the nut broke loose, so all I have to do is adjust the screw. And, you know, these suckers are going to be going, and I'll show you. So don't get too excited. Let's get it started. Now you should know that the engine should be fully warmed up while you do this. I mean, it's warm, right? So it's not run down the road warm, but it's warm. It's happy enough is what I'm saying. All right, so I'm gonna turn that idle up a little bit. Wrong way. The reason why I want it idled up is because when I start adjusting this, it might take the idle down, and if you go too far down to get it, you know, the same, it might die. So let's open up these valves. Wow, they're pretty close. Let me show you. Alright, so you gotta kind of open them up slow. Oh, the glare is just uncontrollable. So the number one is at like 15. The right hand side is, well, 20. It's pretty close. I'm surprised that it's that close right at the beginning. So, that is loose. And you notice if you push on it, see how it kills it? You can't really push on it. You gotta just turn it. Something smells like it's burning. Something smells like it's burning. Let's carry on. You hear the difference when I start turning it? I don't know what that's all about. I don't know. Now we're at 20 and 20. Now the fun part is tightening that nut. Oh, it's probably out of gas. It's not why it's smoking, but that's why it just died. Zero gas. At least we got the carbs synced. Didn't really have to do much. Just a little adjustment. When you're doing these carbs, a little adjustment goes a long way, actually. Well, I figured out why the exhaust was smoking. Got a leak coming out of here. Usually it comes out of the tack, but I'm gonna have to get a new exhaust tappet cover gasket, I guess, or maybe just make one of my own. It's just a circle. So that's a crisis averted kind of situation. The last thing that I want to do before putting the tank on, putting the side cover on, closing up this is, well, I located one of a few coveted rear handle, I guess you'd call it. This thing is in good shape. Found it on eBay. I've been looking because I think this just finishes the bike. Basically, this goes here and there. And what it does is it helps you put it on the center stand. Now I have one on the blue bike down in Savannah. I really wanted one for this bike, and I finally found it. So let's go ahead and do this easy job. Once I locate a bolt that goes here, because I don't have one readily available, I'm gonna have to go to my stock. That's why I keep old hardware. Let me go find a bolt. Well, I think I got the wrong wrench. Ain't that par for the course. I think I found the right bolt to go here. And, well, you know what they say. There's no threading like cross threading. Well, I should have cleaned out the old threads, but I didn't. And it's rusty, so here goes nothing. Okay, okay, it's gotta go more than that. Yeah. Oh boy, let's get a wrench, I guess. See if I can, oh yeah. Let's go backwards. Okay, I don't think backwards is gonna work. Let's do the old in and out trick a few times. We'll drive it in, drive it out. Oh, it actually tightened. Okay. Well, guess I only had to do the in and out trick once. Yeah, yep, it's tight. It's never coming off. It's literally never coming off or out. All right, look at that. Look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get you in here for, you know, the close-up, the reveal. Look at that. The bolt doesn't even look that bad. Look at the prettiness. Ooh-wee. You know how the professionals do it. They get that little look. All right, that's enough of that. I don't know if you guys, you know, for the ones of you that's been following along, you may have noticed something shiny on the seat. And what I mean by that is, you know, it needed something. You know, it needed some sort of shininess back here, you know, to catch your eyeballs. And I just, you know, I just like that look. I don't know. It's not original, obviously. Basically, all I did was I bought the stuff that goes on the bottom of the tank there, and I put it on the bottom of the seat over there, just to try to spiff it up a bit. I think it worked. Let's get the old girl ready for her money shot. You know, the shot that keeps them coming back.
Oh my God.
Yeah, lined up there. Just take a look at this bike from where it was to where she is now. I mean, good night. I would ride this to town. Well, maybe because I live in town. But as Derek says, this could be your going to town rig for somebody. I'm gonna take this bike, love on it, ride it, take it to some shows, you know, because you're not gonna see any of these. You're just not. Just, everybody's so fixated on old Harleys and old Indians and old this and that. You roll up to a show with an old Honda, you might just win yourself a trophy. And I say that because one of those trophies, I believe it's that one, the purple one, is from my CB360 that's sitting over there in the corner, hibernating. You know, the guys that have all the old Harleys and ride Harleys nowadays, this is what they started on. This is what they, you know, this is what they got, this is what they cut their teeth on right here. Somebody, you know, did some teeth cutting here and on the other side, but we'll pay that no mind. So the only thing left to do is ride this beast. And I'm gonna ride it. I'm gonna ride it down the street as soon as I get some gas. It's the next day. Got some gas. I splurged. Got the non-ethanol kind. Mainly because, you know, the previous owner of the four-wheeler over there said he only ran non-ethanol, so the old bikes, they're gonna get a treat. If you haven't already seen the video on the four-wheeler behind me, go ahead and check that one out. I had some fun doing some snow plowing with it. I'm gonna put enough gas in here so when the petcock leaks, I don't have anything to catch it. So then my $70 investment in gas runs all over the driveway. It's about how I roll. That should be enough, you know, good enough for government work. And yeah, well, no leaks yet. Let's fire it up. Choke, key, light works. All right, we got power. Oh, right there. Oh, right there. I'm pretty sure the idle screws are set to 1.5 out. If I take it down the street, it gets warmed up a little bit, then I'll start tweaking on those. Let's throw a helmet on. Take it for the first ride. All right, now that I'm all suited up, and by that I just mean some gloves on, let's get the old girl running. Hopefully you guys can see. I think I'm just gonna spin it around the yard once or twice. just because I don't want to crash on pavement if something's messed up with the clutch. It's acting like it's out of gas. I think I had the petcock off. There we go. Yeah. All right, let's try it. Here we go. First gear. Oh, yeah, it's frozen. The ground is frozen. This probably wasn't a good idea. We're just gonna go straight out to the street. Clutch works. Back brake works. She's adjusted out pretty far. Mirrors are doing mirror things. Old Johnstown police officer just went by. Alrighty. Okay, yeah, go ahead. I'll let you go. Here we go. Whoa. Seems like I got a fuel issue. Okay. Definitely a fuel issue. Of course, there's more traffic that I want out today. I popped the tank, the top on the tank, because I don't know if that's the vents actually working. That's a common issue with these bikes. Well, now she wants to idle real high. We'll turn the idle down a little bit. I think maybe this cap is not venting. Turn the idle down a little bit more. See what it does. Alright, sounds decent. Maybe it's my cap. Let's try it again. Definitely got a stumble. I can get through 1 and 2. We got a stumble there. I think the gas cap was the first issue. Wave at the lady. She's always commented when I run past here. Alright, so it's got the same kind of stumble that the other bike did. It might come out of it, I don't know, we'll ride it. The more you ride these, The more you drive them, you gotta blow the cobwebs out of them. I'm only on the back roads because, you know, it's not registered or insured. Stumble, stumble, stumble goes. I think it'll go pretty well. Maybe it's an idle adjustment. Let me see how far out these idle screws are. It's just a flat tip. You turn it in. Yeah, she's idling up high. You turn the idle screw in until it starts to kill the engine, and then you turn it back out. You can also diagnose wrong jets with this too, because if it doesn't do anything, your jet's off. Yeah, it's not doing anything, so out. I'm going to set it 1.5 out. That's a half, that's a whole, that's a half. Let's see if it does anything now. I turn the idle down. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so the idle was up too high. See how it tries to kill it? Oh, you get, and you got to open it up. Sounds better. Open it up some more. That's one whole turn out. RPMs pick up. Now it dies off again. That's too far out. There we go. We'll turn it back in a half. Go to the other side. That's a half. That's a whole. That's a half. Oh, it's not really doing anything on this side. So we're gonna go a half, a whole, a half. Oh, it's not doing anything. Starting to die off a little. It's gonna be right in there. Alright, doesn't sound as laggy as it did before. It takes a little bit for it to come off throttle. Well, still lagging. Still lagging. Still got a little bit of a hesitation. Definitely going to need a different jet. Yeah. Pop blah blah blah. Does it blah 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 thing. But then you can ride through it. I wish I could really get it out on the road. Oh, my speedometer's not working. Huh, that's odd. It's like a rocket ship. Once it gets past that sputter, gets up on the main jet. I was hoping I didn't have to do any jetting around on this thing. She runs. She rides. First street test in the books. Not too shabby. We got some things we need to address, and you know, the speedometer, the jetting situation in the carburetor. I think it's a little under jetted. So that's not a big deal. Got a jet kit. I can do it, you know, Been there, done that before. There's a video on it. You know, the orange one last summer, same thing. But all in all, I'm pretty impressed at the way this bike has come together. Well, came apart and then came together. It's, I think she's gonna be a nice little commuter bike for somebody. I don't know, maybe myself. Maybe I'll keep this one. I don't know. I am a sucker for blue. And I kind of like the mix of new and old, and you know, dense. Shows the character. I kind of like that. You know, I'm kind of getting into that I don't know what you call it, the niche. I guess you know, I go to a car show and I see an old car and it's not perfect. I kind of enjoy it. You know, yes, the fully restored cars are nice. They're cool to look at, but kind of like the original, the beat up, the scars, you know, this shows life, especially on these old Hondas. So I think that's going to do it for this video. If you guys like these old bike videos, you know, check out my playlist. You know, got a bunch of them. Suzuki over there, she's down. She needs some engine work, like a deep dive into the engine. So if you like old bikes, you know, like, tag, share, follow, subscribe. You got a buddy, send them the video. That all helps out. Put a comment block below. You know, it helps. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. You know, I get a lot of people that are watching my videos, new people, and they're not subscribing. So please subscribe. It helps me out. It makes me feel good. You know, I get a charge every time I see a new subscriber. So, like I said before, like, tag, share, follow, hit the notification bell when you want to see new videos, and like always, till next time, thanks a lot. I guess I should have known that this was going to be an issue. Kind of nasty, a little bit rusty. Just one more thing to buy.